What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to T3G. This is episode 6. If you don't know what that means, watch last week's episode. Today, we are semi-accomplished. We've got some editing done. The only reason I knew that number is because I just counted and created a new playlist. And we are rendering the podcast. It is 8:30 at night. Hottest is not here. He has not been here. He has not communicated with me today. And we will not be recording a new podcast today. However, I do have a podcast to put up. I have a podcast from that I recorded actually last year. It's a little cheap. It's a little bitty cheap. It's a little bit cheap. But I want to put up a podcast. I want to really get to a weekly thing, and I don't have anything in mind as far as a podcast just by myself. Nothing particularly like on the top of my brain. So I don't want to like make shit up. I'm gonna switch batteries real quick and we'll talk about the tech video. I don't have a tech video ready. I had a review in mind. I had a tablet that I picked up last year again. A lot of tech that's kind of sitting around that hasn't been reviewed. It needs to be. But yeah, so this tablet sitting around, it's an iWin tablet. I was gonna review it, but it's not charging. So I don't know if it's broken, but it's not discharging. So I don't fucking know what it means. So I'm updating it. It's running Windows 8.1, so that's a fucking thing. I don't really know how to install anything else on it because it doesn't have fucking USB ports. That was gonna be this week's video, and I'm kind of trying to think of maybe something else, like a different, camera video only or something. The dog's drinking water right now because now is the time, of course, when I'm fucking talking. Fucking dog. But I have several accomplishments for today, so I'm gonna talk about that real quick.
So let's talk about it.
I don't know if you guys have noticed. I'm feeling a little bit slimmer. I am a little bit slimmer. I lost 4 and change pounds. Okay, so big ups to me and that work I did. Here's my report card here. We did it's called an in-body machine, and it shoots electronic pulses through your body to get all the numbers. So let's take a look at that real quick. Let's take a look at my successes here. Now it started at 484. I don't know where my original sheet is, so I don't know the exact number, but 484 and change. So I'm down to 481.5. Now, you're thinking, that's not that much. Well, I lost 7 pounds of, I'm sorry, I started at 483.6. There it is. It's got a little, well, we got a little graph at the bottom here. I lost 7 pounds of body fat. That's huge, okay? But gain muscle. I got them gains. And actually, I feel it. I feel it when I work out. I feel it when I do stuff. It's just certain things are easier. Certain things I just feel like I have more control over. We just did the assessment today. I went from 15 push-ups to 22 push-ups, and it hasn't been like super heavy, hardcore work, like weight workouts. It hasn't been like bodybuilding kind of stuff. It's been whole body exercise. So I gotta give big shout out to my guy Alex at Anytime in Addison. So that's huge for me. There's a couple things don't have like a comparison graph, so that's why I wish I had the other sheet. But I know I went, my body fat percentage went down by 1.2%, which is exactly what we were hoping for. It was like 1 to 4%, 1 to 3%, like that initial 6-week program. So that's what happened. My extracellular water ratio went down, so I'm down from 0.41 to 0.406. Not a huge difference, but it's the movement in the right direction. I know like very, very little about that, but it's basically water that's not in your cells, which is why I have swelling in my feet and legs and stuff like that. The lower that number is, the better. And that should be like the goal is sub 0.39. So still a ways to go, but we'll fucking get there. You watch me. So the only thing that changed that went up, and I think there's 2 numbers that went up that I think are related. My trunk body fat went up. I think it was at like 47, and it went up to like 55. So like I'm retaining more fat here. I lost a bunch in my arms. I lost a bunch in my legs, but I gained so that's why it's kind of like a offset, because I did the math and I was like, I'm seeing all these losses. I'm like, that's way more than 7 pounds. But then I saw the gain in the trunk and I was like, well, That's how mathematics works. But the visceral fat level, that's the thing that like is the concerning part. It went up from 15 to 19, and that is like the fat in your organs, in your veins and shit like that. The shit that causes heart attacks. And that's the thing I don't want. So there's no way to like fix that through workouts. That's 100% diet. So it's very much a matter of focusing on the right shit to eat. So I have a couple ideas of what I had been doing recently to affect that. So I'm gonna, cheese. I was eating a lot of fucking cheese, and did fried eggs, and I did a lot of fried eggs, and usually when I do a lot of fried eggs, I do oil, you know. So like it all kind of goes hand in hand, a lot of fat intake. So that's definitely gonna have to change right away. Like there's no like period of like adjustment. No, that's like tonight. Tonight is the difference. Some progress, and I like it. I feel better. I feel slimmer. My little chinzo here felt a little smaller. I was on broadcast the other day, and I was like, man, look a little better. Look a little better. I like it. But that's that success story today. Then, right after the assessment, I had a meeting with my guy Nick over at TACform. We're gonna do some video work for them. Nothing major, just some like instructional videos and stuff for their website, their content. But it's just gonna be some nice Nexus business stuff. You know, Nexus business money's coming in. Again, nothing major, but every dollar counts. And then after that, I came home and I made bread. Oh, can this focus? Can this? Gotta get an ND filter. Homemade bread, motherfuckers. Kruh, Kieb. Those are the Bosnian names for it. But yeah, so that's a thing. Then I went out and I cleared the driveway snow. I cleared the back walkway snow for the dogs. It's been an eventful fucking day. I edited the damn podcast, and usually that's not a lot of work. But what had happened was we had a issue with our recording. Hodges did not clear off one of his cards on his big camcorder, and we ended up losing about like a third of the recording. So had to end up doing a kind of fill in. I was gonna just drop one image, but then I was like, that's boring as shit. So I put in like images that like related to the stuff going on. So that was kind of challenging, because then it's like timing and like getting the right images and all that stuff. So that's took some time, but now it's editing. It's a fucking 2 hour 4 minute podcast. So if you're watching a podcast, watch for that shit on all the platforms. I just realized that they're only backdating 10 episodes, and I had to do some research, figured out why that was. So I fixed that. So that should be updating soon. So in all your favorite podcast platforms, which in totality is 3 that we're on, Stitcher, iTunes, and Google Podcasts, you will see more than the last 10 episodes. And that will be important because we are going, as I said last week, to legacy numbering, and this is gonna be episode 28? Fuck, I gotta check again, because I thought it was 27. Is it 27? I think I'm editing, damn it. I have to do the research. But anyway, so yeah, we've had 20 plus episodes, so 20 plus episodes of the podcast, so that's where we're at. I don't know, no, it's 20, this is gonna be 27. The one I recorded last year that's gonna go up next week is gonna be 28, but it was gonna be 27, because it's actually, the post is already ready for it, but I gotta actually transfer it back from the external drive. Oh my god. So I went to fucking start doing the dishes, fucking shit, and I said, Alexa, entertain me. Turkey warble, turkey gargle, what the fuck they say? Oh, that's funny shit. That's fucking great. These things, entertaining.
Go. Hey.
Whose forks are you stealing?
I don't want to talk about it. It's still from work.
Why are you stealing forks from work?
It was an accident.
That's what they all say. Next you'll be bringing home fucking staplers and shit. Nothing like some Montel Jordan to get the drive to the gym going. Let's get it in. All right, the gym was a good time. Did legs and abs today. I'm sure to feel it coming up in the next couple days. Yeah, legs is it's an interesting thing. So like I'm a big dude. I've got, you know, big body. I've got big legs, big muscles. I got most of my muscles in my leg. But it's like, I don't know. So certain movements just feel like they're not hitting the way they are supposed to. So that just is what it is. In the meantime, we are setting up for podcasts. So I got the camera charging here.
in theory. Let's see, is it only playback possible during USB power supply?
So note to self, the Apple adapter is not enough power, but now that we have it set up with a better, stronger, faster power adapter, it is taking it as an actual power source, and we can record. But yeah, we're gonna be doing our podcast today. The other podcast is up, so make sure you guys check that out. Tangent's channel, I think I already said that. Yeah, did some broadcasting. About to go live with this podcast. Let's do it.
The vlog render is happening right now. The vlog edit is done for last week, and I realized it was quite a bit of a talking head piece. So to make up for it, here's some B-roll. Vlog is uploaded and published. Podcast is edited and rendering, as well as the audio file, so I can get that ready. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I'm gonna go the fuck to sleep, and then today I have to record a spotlight. Which I have a couple ideas about which ones I want to do, but plenty of options. Super easy, not really worried about it. And then I'm also possibly gonna go. Well, I gotta go take my mom somewhere, and then possibly gonna go on a little tech errand. But I'm gonna sleep.
Alrighty then. We've got the what's it called video. By the way, this is still like my favorite tool, right? We got 111103. I'm going to the remix panel here. Boom, 11030. It does its little mathematics. It says 1116. That will do. This is just absolutely my favorite thing ever. Takes a moment, and it exports, and it says, would you like to add on a new audio track? I sure would. But cow. Okay, -27. And now I have audio for my entire video in 30 seconds. App spotlight obviously going up. It's about 8:15, so I'm coming up to definitely wanting to go, not wanting to, I mean, needing to go to work. So kind of hitting this one down to the wire, but it's getting done, so that's the important part. This app thing, this whole little tablet thing, actually starting to piss me off. I might need to email them to see maybe they've got some ideas about getting that bitch working, because it only charges 52%. I don't know if it's the charger, I don't know if it's the fucking tablet. I don't know. It had gone down to like 30 something, and I plugged it in and it charged up to 52 while it was turned off, so I don't know what the fucking difference is. I really don't. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, the only difference that I can come up with is I shut it down by holding and swiping versus power shutdown. Maybe different, maybe it's still half on. We'll test that. All right, is it Friday? I really have to check. I lose track. I just finished the game video. Oh man, I finished it a while ago, but it just uploaded. Tomorrow I need to go meet up with Nick and plan our video series going forward. Tonight, kind of as I'm working, I need to conceptualize. Fuck is wrong with me? I need to conceptualize the pricing strategy for that. We're gonna consider like where tripods are gonna go. We're gonna consider where, you know, stands, mics, things like that are gonna go. Because basically we want to set up like a one and done. Like right now, this is here. This is set up for the podcast. All I gotta do is hit record, and we're recording a podcast. That's it. Like that's how the videos get recorded for the podcast. Basically, the idea is we want to be able to go in, record, pull that footage, edit, upload, and just kind of like knock it out ASAP. So we're trying to minimize the amount of time necessary so we can turn around a lot and fast. Cost to value ratio. Yeah. Value prop is the only way you should ever price your stuff, honestly. So I know he's looking for an hourly thing, so it's really a mentality of how much value is he gonna get out of me in, let's say, 3 hours of work or 2 hours of work. That's kind of where I gotta be. But now I need to fucking eat because I'm starving. By the way, my arms are dying from that workout. Dying. Whoa. Almost died just now. Almost fucking died. All right, so. Where am I?
Come on.
This is the way to wake up right here.
Everybody that be living it up, we say.
Come on.
Baby, it's a typical everyday one night thing. Man, early 2000s hip hop. It's a good time. It's a shame that he's a fucking liar, like a goddamn scam artist. I mean, he kind of always was, wasn't he? Anyway, I just worked a full shift, had a bit of a nap during lunch. About to go pick up Nick. We're about to make this plan, this set. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's like 8:30 in the morning. It's 8:20 in the morning. Let's get it in. You know what you guys have missed? What you're about to get? Some driving footage. Let's go! I was playing around with some settings on the camera. Every once in a while, my problem, and I think this is a problem of a lot of people, my problem is I like a lot of different shit. I like photography. I'm into it. I dig the little interesting things you could do. Like I was just playing around with the aperture and the shutter speed and all that stuff. And I got what I think this is kind of like a really interesting shot, and I dig it because like I can see the drops. I mean, it's literally the shot of Nick's house and the drops in my window. Like it's not even that big a deal, but it's just like I like that cool. Like that was just something like I played around with to get the right depth and everything, to get the right focus. Yeah, I dig it. I dig it. And it's one of those things like I think about like, oh, maybe I could like dive into that, but I'm like, this is too much. It's too much. I do want to get more knowledgeable regarding the actual camera work. I think a lot of people talk about like the functionality, shutter speed, aperture, all that stuff. That is kind of like probably the space I'm lacking in the most. And I know how to adjust it. I know how to get certain behaviors and effects out of it. Definitely don't know how to stop this thing from losing the fucking focus, even though I'm the only person in the fucking shot. For the most part, I hit auto. I hit auto on everything. This is on auto for vlogging for sure. Every once in a while I'll switch frame rates, but otherwise it's on auto. Most of the things I shoot for the main channel, it's becoming less auto, but for the most part it's been auto for almost the entire time. I think realistically, unless you're going for a specific cinematic look, I don't think that doing all that stuff really matters. Like real talk, and this will probably get me a gang of hate, I don't think any of the big names have any better looking stuff than anybody else, honestly. Peter McKinnon, who I look up to, I consider his stuff to be really well done, really well produced. I don't think it looks any more cinematic or movie-like than anybody's stuff. He's got crisper footage because he has a it's a $5,000 camera. That'll do. Like you get a good enough camera, you get good enough glass, yeah, 100%, you're gonna get way better results. But the majority of his stuff is just log footage. You get good lighting. I mean, like I'm getting a bit of a bokeh effect right now. That's all that is lighting, distance from your background. Those things just happen. You can do that. You can achieve these things without expensive glass, without expensive cameras, and without manual settings for sure. It just is what it is. I don't really think, besides like the slow-mo stuff, which again is equipment related, I don't think anything about their footage is any more special than anyone else. I do think they have really good storytelling, and that of course goes back to everyone talking about it's not about the gear, it's about storytelling. It's about the story that you tell. I think it's really true. I really think it's true. Anybody that says that it's, oh yeah, but it's nice, like it's easy to say when you have all this gear. No, I've seen some stuff done. In fact, one of my favorite things I've seen recently, one of my favorite videos, was a montage video. It was actually a montage video that another guy did of the event that we did, right? The karting event that we did for the US Indoor Karting Series. That was like, there was another guy there, he just doing filming, and he did a video on his fucking iPhone, and it looked great. One of my favorite fucking videos. He's a really good storyteller, and it was a fucking iPhone. Here we are behind the scenes at Techform Solutions. Check it out. This is the stuff that's about to go out. What is this? This looks like, well, it's sealed, so we can't open it. But it's a motorcycle mount. People buying for their motorcycles, getting ready for the riding season. I dig it. So we're trying to figure out where this. So this is a huge space, and for filming purposes, if you know filming, you know this is a problem. There's lots of light, but this is a problem for filming purposes.
because once you get down to a specific level, that light from the top is kind of irrelevant. But we're gonna be filming at around this level here. We got 8-10 feet of just air between the lights, so we're still gonna have to light it right. We're still gonna have to have a good space for it. Pretty excited about getting this ready. So it'll be cool to like jump in here for an hour or two and just knock out a video or two and make some money, you know? It's that business, that's the business. Check out this new display, this is die cut, this is dope. New display for the motorcycle mounts. This is sick. Sick. I dig this. I really like the die cut. I'm gonna have to get something like that for T3G. I'm just trying to think about like the level that we're at.
Let me make some space. Let me pull these over.
All right. So like, that's where we'd be at for here. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could just go further back.
Oh,
so
you're here?
Yeah.
My camera, I had to do from like 8 feet away. You know what I mean?
I mean, this is 15 mil.
Is this what we want to do?
Yeah, this could be the main shot.
And then I could put the product right here. It would focus it.
Yeah.
Can you take a picture?
Yeah. But literally, right there. Big ups to Nick for holding onto this channel, this cable channel for me from the desk there in my garage, which I was thinking maybe I'll just use those for the basement. Then I don't have to fucking worry about it. We'll see about that. And big ups to Nick. Big ups for hooking it up with some more gear. I got some stuff in some old packaging. I'm always happy to take care of anybody's recycling. But primarily I got another arm so I can get that set up and get my 70D back on the ceiling for my talking headpieces. Now, it's time to go grocery shopping. I meant to put this fucking thing, I'm closing the box and I meant to put the camera in the box. All right, going grocery shopping and then sleep, because it's 12:15. So this is like some new gear stuff that I'm trying out. All right, these straps, pretty solid. Like, this thing's on there. I figure if I get like one more row, move these over, you get the tripod on the same side. Pretty excited about that. GoPros, all that stuff's in there. Camera in there. All the lenses are in there. Batteries are all loaded up, all charged. Storage cards are over here. Charging cables over here. I think we're in pretty good shape. I took off a little bit early from work. I'm gonna get a little nap in before I go to this. And now for some more go-karting. Enjoy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Today is day of days. So we've had quite a bit of a story with this indoor karting series. We had last year, we had MKC Midwest Karting Challenge. It did really well, you know, lots of people, good money. So this year, you know, people got paid out for races. You know, it was a good time for everybody involved. This year, we seem to not be able to execute even half as good a fucking event. And I say we, like I'm not part of it. You know, real talk, we were gonna get paid. It was a minimal payment. It was $100 an event for filming, and we're not getting paid because there's not enough people showing up. They're literally, right now, we're an hour away, roughly, we're an hour away from launching the adult event. The junior event is done, and there are 7 fucking people signed up. I've learned some things today about the organization of said event, about the way things were done, the way things are organized, the people behind said event, the financiers, etc. And I'm squarely putting the blame on one person. What I'm worried about is the fact that of the 7 people that are racing, 4 people are not paying. And that's not, you know, because they're like, you know, stingy or whatever. That's just the arrangement that was made. Our arrangement was $100 an event plus my driver gets to go in for free. He's got 3 entries, so they got 4 events out of us at a greatly discounted rate. Let's be real. It's $100 an event, so $200 today it would have been. To do that, all I said was get my driver in. It'll take $100 an event. No big deal. Because I wanted to see this grow. I wanted to see this event get bigger. We're helping out. One of the other races is helping out because the guy that I thought was like the man behind this whole thing, he's not the guy. He's not the guy he needs to be for this series to work, for this event to work. And it's a fucking shame. It is a fucking shame. And I don't know how the series recovers, really. The second event was canceled, as I talked about before. It was canceled from Minnesota. It was reshuffled to a different event. And in reality, I don't know that it's gonna fucking happen. Because if we don't get 20 people today, no one can get paid. No one can get paid. Anyway, I'm here to get some Starbucks.
some foods because Hottest is not eating. It's been several hours for me, and yeah. Although I had a pretty big breakfast, let's be real. They wanted mango dragon fruit cream that day.
Alrighty then. That super quick. It's 3:40. Had we had the turnout that we were supposed to, it would have been fucking 6 o'clock by the time we left.
Yeah, what is
But
it? It's only 4. Shit.
It's not even 4 o'clock.
Yeah, so unfortunately it is what it is. But hey, I still had a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Racing's racing.
Yeah, for sure.
Did all right. I mean, I guess I'm not as bad as I thought.
Finally got that 21.9.
Yeah. 19.98. 19.98. So I was only what? What's that? 2/10 behind the fastest guy? 3? I think he had a 19.6.
Yeah. Because
so
third was 19.7.
Yeah. So
all I know is
listen,
Zach Brinker got knocked out. That's all I've been.
Listen, this guy that was that much faster than me. I mean, in all reality, that's not that much faster. He's got 80 pounds less than me. Easy. And he's been doing this shit for eons. I looked over and I was like, his leg is so small. I'm like, is he missing a leg? Right. I was like, is it like a prosthetic? I'm saying.
Because Jesus.
And he's been doing, like, this is literally my second racing event in go-karting. Right. I've done maybe 20 times go-karting.
Right.
He's done years worth of go-karting. So for me to keep up, listen, man, I'm gonna take the credit where it's at. Let's do that tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm open. Tuesday I gotta do Nermina's brakes and another dinner and.
Okay. You should do a video on that. I was talking to Nick. I'm like, you should do. Is it fucking ND filter? Bullshit. I was talking to Nick. I was like, you should do fucking instructional video for every fucking car you have access to. Like,
because I do some good shit, huh?
What the fuck?
Because I do some good shit,
What's happening with this fucking video right now?
I don't know. It's
fucking auto white belts.
Too windy. I'm out of here.
Peace out. Fucking auto white belts. What the fuck is going on?
All right, we're gonna get some dinner. And as a vlogger who I ironically don't watch anymore always says when they go to this place,
You feeling cheeky, G?
Well, polished it off. Pretty solid. I got the hot. Pretty damn good, not gonna lie.
The correct way to finish that would have been to say thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.